Hey, this dude who's fighting, who's out of Dagestan, who has one eye.
Shara Magomedov is currently one of the hottest prospects in the UFC. And for good reason. He looks like a movie villain, and even before joining the UFC he had already made a name for himself in the MMA world. Though not everything about him has been positive. But when it comes to fighting, this guy is a striking prodigy, known for his insanely dangerous kicks and crazy knockout power.
For Shara bullet. Oh my gosh!
So to make sure you know exactly who Shara Bullet is before his next fight, I've prepared 10 crazy facts about him. And before we dive deeper into the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for your support, and now let's get started with the video. Like many other top athletes like Khabib or Islam Makhachev, Shara was also born in Dagestan. But he didn't start like most people there with sambo or wrestling. Instead, he played soccer and was the goalkeeper for his team. But got kicked out of the team very fast because he always started fighting with other players, which his coach didn't like that much.
This guy is a bad motherfucker, man. Magomedov is a really good fighter.
I'm rooting for
His martial arts journey began with boxing, but once he moved to Moscow, he transitioned into Muay Thai and went on to win the Russian championship. So unlike your typical Dagestani grappler, this man is a pure striker who loves knocking people out on the feet. And his record represents that mentality perfectly. So out of his 16 wins, 12 came by knockout. Shara was kicked out of Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov's gym because he simply refused to shave his head. And that was one of the only rules Khabib's father set out there for his fighters. But Shara respectfully denied and became a striker instead. In 2016, Shara suffered a brutal eye injury. Now here is where things get crazy. Instead of resting, this maniac just kept training. He ignored the injury until it got so bad he finally saw a doctor and had to undergo 8 surgeries, and in one of those surgeries they even temporarily removed his eyeball from the socket. And because of this he couldn't fight for 2 years, and today he is almost blind in his right eye, which makes the fact that he's a lead striker more crazier. And that particular eye injury actually led to his nickname Barbarossa, who was a legendary pirate with red hair, and Shara looks exactly like him. Not many people know this, but Shara has a connection to Israel Adesanya. Although they are never fought, Shara defeated Blood Diamond in a kickboxing match, who's a close friend of Adesanya and once even signed with the UFC. Who of you would also like to see the fight between Adesanya and Shara? I think it would be an amazing fight for the fans and a crazy chess match in the striking department. A big part of his elite kickboxing comes from his time in Thailand. He spends most of his training camps there and constantly sharpens his Muay Thai, which is showcased in almost every one of his MMA fights, where he uses those brutal knees and elbows to cut his opponent open and turn the fight into a bloody war. And when he first went to Thailand, he was completely broke and somehow survived 2 weeks with just $60. And this is only possible because the prices for food and rent are actually very low, but is still very savage and shows how much he sacrificed to become one of the best. Once in a grappling match he got submitted by a leg lock and totally lost it. In reaction he kicked his opponent right in the ass and then just walked off the stage like nothing happened. Safe to say he's not the best loser, and I wonder what happens if he ever gets stopped in the UFC. Shara is a huge Tupac fan. He's been listening to Tupac since he was a little kid and still uses his music for workouts and intense training sessions. And to be honest, this fact makes me even a bigger fan of him. And speaking of intense, recently a video surfaced of Shara on an escalator in a mall, where a guy in front of him kissed his girlfriend, and apparently Shara didn't like that. So he pulled the guy away and they started a full-on fight in the middle of the mall. After they got separated, Shara waited outside and threw a nasty sucker punch that knocked the guy out cold and followed it up with a kick to the head. No idea what caused the crazy hatred, but yeah, that is definitely not a good look and very dishonorable. Okay guys, this should be it for the video. I hope you learned something new, and I guess all of these facts just underline the crazy personality of Shara Magomedov. He is not your average fighter and definitely not your average personality. Now let me know in the comments below if you think he's the real deal or just overhyped.
Best striker this division. Israel Adesanya, I smash you, I comb you.